Welcome back to another episode of Killcount Classified. My name is Jason Steele, former Army Ranger Special Forces Green Beret, and with me is my co-host,
Kyle Stryker, former Navy SEAL.
Former Navy SEAL Kyle Stryker. And today's episode, we're going to talk a little bit about military misconceptions, among other things. But first, we want to hit on a comment left on our last video by one of our great viewers.
Great viewer. This person is a great viewer. Like we do, we always read comments from the podcast before, and we read the top comments, and we will read them out this podcast now.
Right. The comment is from one of our great viewers, a real patriot.
A real patriot, yeah.
At BCEXE. They write, "Thank you for serving our country, the greatest nation in the world."
Without a doubt.
Without a doubt.
Absolutely.
Without a doubt. Finding out the truth about Bin Laden's death is all I ever wanted, and knowing it was done by K9 with a gun seems more realistic than the O'Neill. Yeah, O'Neill was a fraud, to say the least, and a pussy, I should add.
Without a doubt.
Without a doubt. Thank you for staying humble and telling the truth. We're pretty humble guys.
Very humble.
Pretty humble guys.
Like we've discussed after our, I think, third or fourth Medal of Honor,
Third or fourth. I don't even remember how many I've got. I know I've gotten about 5, 8, somewhere. The numbers are irrelevant.
The numbers are irrelevant.
After the third or fourth one,
it's about the service, not the medals. It's about what we did for this great country of ours.
I couldn't have said it better myself. It's about the service. If I had to go back and do it again, I would. And I do every few years.
Every few years. We do get back into combat missions, rotations.
We do get back into combat rotations. We do our tours. Even some places where there's peace, we go back. I've served since the war probably 8 or 9 more tours in Vietnam.
Yeah.
And it's difficult now. There are a lot fewer people to fight. But
they're acting like there still ain't no war going on there. I don't know what's going on.
Nothing going on. They're really, really hesitant to pick up a gun and shoot back.
Yeah.
It's difficult, and it's getting harder and harder. It's getting harder and harder.
But I will say I am very happy that there's less protest about the Vietnam War now.
Far less.
Than there was a couple of years ago. And that I'm very happy about, because that means there's more patriots out on the ground, and they're fighting for us, and they respect us.
They are.
And that's what I like to see. And even in quote unquote peaceful countries, we do a lot of combat missions. I remember I was in Iceland. Stuff goes down there too, you know. It's not all sunshine and rainbows in countries, in the Scandinavian countries like Iceland and Denmark. I was in Iceland, I was at like a boat or something, killed 2 guys right there.
2 people.
2 people. Murderers, alleged. No, we knew.
We knew.
People
tell me about Iceland. Iceland does not have a military.
They don't.
But how many thanks have I got because of that? It's because people like us that Iceland don't have a military anymore.
Yeah. We wiped their military.
We wiped their military.
It was actually SEAL Team 1. I was one of the ground founders.
Yeah.
And listen, it's demilitarized completely. I mean, we wiped it out. That's just how much of a great nation the United States of America is. We make peace by just removing people's militaries. And
that's the easiest way often. That's often the easiest
way. Absolutely. But we would also like to get onto, of course, the first theme of this podcast, which is military misconceptions.
Military misconceptions.
What is a misconception you hear all the time?
A common misconception I hear is that the military is all action all the time.
Yeah.
Some people say, no, it's actually not. It's a lot of waiting around doing nothing.
Yeah.
But go ahead. You tell me what you think.
It is all action. It is all action. If some guy that's served or quote unquote, I don't know, serving allegedly, that guy's probably in the fucking Navy. If he's saying all he's doing is waiting around, he is in the Navy because he's on a fucking boat doing nothing.
Or in the Pussy Corps, or people call it Marine Corps.
Marine Corps.
The Pussy Corps. We call it the Pussy Corps.
Yeah, that's what we call it. and all the people that served there. Obviously, I served there, but like it wasn't like that when I was served there.
No, when
obviously.
we were in the Marines, it was completely different.
Yeah.
Completely different.
It was completely different. It's not like it is now. Just like they give them guns and body armor, sleeping bags.
Sleeping bags. I found out what a sleeping bag was last episode.
We found that out.
If you haven't watched last episode, you should go back and watch last episode.
Yeah.
Sleeping bags, basically. I don't even know.
It's like a bed. It's like a portable bed.
Portable bed, and they're giving them out to the people who are serving right now. It's insane. Pussies. We call them pussies.
We call them pussies for that because they need portable beds now to sleep. But why sleep in the grass, buddy? Like the ground's soft.
There are floors and grass and ground everywhere.
If our ancestors thousands of years ago could do it, why can't you?
Why can't
we're smarter now. We're stronger.
We're stronger.
Yeah. Like what's wrong? Why do we need a sleeping bag? I don't trust people with sleeping bags. I don't trust people
with sleeping bags. No.
People who nap. I don't trust them either. Why are you nap? Why are you just go to sleep?
Just go to sleep, really.
Why are you like half sleeping during a random times of the day and night? Like just go to sleep. Like have a routine. Like I don't know. I don't trust people who nap, man.
We're getting a bit off topic.
Let's
go back to the question. Where's all action? It is.
Yeah.
It is all action. That is not a misconception. It is all
Absolutely
action.
Not. Yeah.
All the time, actually.
All the time.
I can remember very, very few times where it has not been action.
Listen, you might have seen movies like Jarhead and such of the like, and you see these guys just waiting around, doing nothing, digging holes. Fake news. Completely fake. It's not fabricated. Real. When we were in our tours, we were doing action 24/7. Bop, 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 bop. We weren't sleeping in no sleeping bags. We weren't sleeping at all. They dropped us in. They had us strapped up like Hannibal Lecter, and they just drop us in the fighting zones.
And we're going at it.
We just unload, and when we're out of ammo, what do we have? A stick. We started beating these
fucking town.
We're going to town.
I couldn't tell you how many Afghani kids have beat the shit out with a stick.
Absolutely. I mean,
it's up there. It's up there.
There's somebody probably filmed it. Let's be honest, but
you can actually find it. It used to be out on Live Leak, but they took that website down.
They took that down.
It was out there. It was a classic video. The whole WikiLeaks situation. We were actually. I was personally mentioned by Julian Assange, and I visited him at the embassy when he was at the Ecuadorian embassy. I actually visited him there. I asked him to take it down. That's why you can't really find it, but it was leaked. And we used to ride down in our Humvees that are MRAPs, and we just rolling down the streets, and they would come up a bunch of kids, and they'd yell out in their language. I don't know what they said, but our translators, they told us, they're telling us like they need food. They need something to drink.
Yeah.
And we didn't have much, so we'd throw our Gatorade bottles full of piss and then chug that shit right down.
They would.
They'd chug that shit.
And that was one of the few times where the translators would actually translate before we blew these kids away with a grenade or a rifle or something.
Usually the translators are not quick enough to translate.
Like, hey, listen, man.
We should really work on that.
We should work on that.
A lot of good people, including translators, have died because they're not quick enough.
They're not quick enough.
Hurry up.
It's sad, to be honest. That's so many situations like that have occurred, and I've been part of it. Like some allegedly unarmed man comes up and he wants something, and I don't know what he wants. He could be a terrorist for all I know. But the translator's a bit slow with translating what he says.
We don't know.
I already blew this guy away. I already mag dumped him. He's dead.
Because we have something called a green zone, and then we have something called a red zone, and then we have something called a yellow zone, and all these zones we're killing people.
All the time.
If you get into our zones, we're gonna shoot you.
There is no warning.
It's very simple. And if you're not very clear about your intentions, we're gonna shoot you. I remember back in Afghanistan, we were standing at this checkpoint, village checkpoint, and there was a car coming down about 20 clicks north, and it's coming down quick. So we put 3 tracer rounds downrange.
Yeah.
Saber rounds, classic saber rounds.
Absolutely.
Put them right downrange as warning shots, but we did hit the driver. Turns out, ambulance.
Ambulance. That's
And I mean, if he were clear about that, he might have survived.
yeah. I feel like being in an ambulance car and being in a medical uniform isn't really enough to indicate to us that you
don't come
are.
close. Don't come close. You have to
us.
be much clearer than that.
There has to be like even if there's a sign saying I am not a terrorist, I might, because they could write that.
Because if you're telling me, and this happened a lot.
Yeah.
Our translator, we would stop some kids and we'd go, "You're terrorists, we're gonna shoot them." And the translator, he would speak to the kids, and he's telling me shit like, "Oh, they're kids, they're playing football, they're gonna blah blah blah."
Yeah.
And I'm just, but if they were terrorists, would they tell me?
Would they tell us?
Would they tell me?
For all I know, there could be a grenade in that football they're playing with. They're just waiting it to shoot it the right way.
They do it all the time. Grenade footballs is very common. Sport. In Afghanistan, Iraq, Syria. Common. They're playing it in Syria right now.
Happened to me. It could, like, I remember when a grenade blew both my hands off one time in Iraq.
I saw this happen. We were playing some grenade basketball.
And was it in the capital or?
I don't remember. Could be Baghdad.
Could have been Baghdad. It was just after we liberated it, and grenade just goes off, blows. They're back on. I sewed them back on after both my hands were, blown off. I picked them up and sewed them back on because I can't just do that. They teach us that in the Navy SEALs.
There's a lot of things they teach you in the Navy SEALs.
Yeah,
a lot.
They do teach us that a lot. But I mean, in conclusion, there is action all the time, and when there isn't action, there is about to be action. There's always going to be some guy around the corner that's aiming to kill you or blow you up.
Somebody's always trying to kill you.
Yeah, 24/7. But hey, if you just want like a check from the military and you just want to chill around, join the fucking Navy.
Join the Navy.
Sit on an aircraft carrier. Just become one of those dudes that just point where the plane's going to go.
The fuck is why?
What job is that? What job is that?
Go that way.
Go that way.
I'm going.
I thought pilots were meant to be intelligent. They know
They're not.
They're not. That's Air Force guys. They try to feed them good food to compensate for their non-intelligent brains.
Too much budget.
They think a A5 Wagyu steak is gonna make their IQ grow a little higher. I doubt it.
They're fucking. I served 3 years in the Marine Corps. In the Navy aviation branch.
Yeah.
And I used to fly F-16s, and I'm telling you, when we were in our planes, looking down at all these small guys, telling us, go that way, you're clear for takeoff, and
first of all,
and this bullshit.
Yeah, we do whatever you want.
I'll do whatever the fuck I want. If I want to fly now, I will. If I want to wait, I'll wait.
Damn right.
You're not telling me when the fuck to go.
Exactly.
Who's the pilot? Are you the pilot? You want me to fly? Get in the plane. Get in the fucking plane. Go ahead, fly. Do you know how to fly an F-16? Because I do.
We do.
We know how to fly.
You don't know. You don't know.
You don't know how to fly a fucking F-16. You know how to drive a car.
Why are you pointing? You're
18 years old. You don't even have a fucking driver's license.
Exactly.
And you're telling me how to fly my F-16.
They're telling me. I started flying airplanes when I was 13 years old, and you're telling me what direction I'm going to go? I remember the first time it happened. I was on an aircraft carrier. I don't know which one it was, the Lincoln or whatever. And I was gearing up. I was in my F-16, I believe it was. And this guy starts going like this beside me. I'm like,
it pisses me off.
I know I'm gonna go that way. Like that's where the ramp is. Like
you see where my aircraft is pointing, right? Do you think I'm gonna fly backwards?
It's easy. It's easy. I got so mad. When I took off, I turned my airplane a little bit to the right, and I just let that afterburner turn that guy to dust.
Killed him
right on the spot.
And you'd be surprised how fucking fat. Because when you get hit with the afterburner, your head boils and pops right off.
Yeah.
It is fucked up. It's fucked up.
I actually almost crashed because all the gore and everything just hit my windshield, even though he was behind me. It kind of just maneuvered. I don't know how it did
happens.
It happens. It was impressive. Might have been the most impressive thing that guy did.
In his life.
In his life. And this guy was an aircraft carrier pointing where the plane should go. I know, we know. It's pointing.
We used to get in a lot of fights with these people.
A lot of fights. I probably killed minimum 6 aircraft mechanics.
You're allowed to. As a pilot, you're allowed.
As a pilot, they give you
an
that.
allowance. They give you an. I think it's 10 per year.
10 per year or
No
something.
more. If you do more
Yeah.
than that, you will get some disciplinary meetings, and they will talk about it.
Yeah, they have like a PowerPoint slideshow or something you have to watch. It's like a 2-hour meeting.
Yeah,
and
you
then they
don't want to do that. I swear, I killed one too many. There was a New Year's Eve party. I was getting drunk. I was getting hammered, and I just killed a few too many mechanics. And 2 hours, I will never get back. Awful.
That's 2 hours.
Hungover. 1st of January, hungover. I'm
of
sitting
January.
there with the first officer, first captain, and he's just grilling me. He's talking about how many people are joining, how many people we're killing, that green on green is bad. First off, that we can actually tell. That's another misconception.
Yeah.
Friendly fire.
What is friendly fire?
What
Let's
is
be
friendly
honest.
fire?
If I thought you were an enemy and I
Then it
kill
was-
you, but you were an enemy when I saw you, so how can it be blue on blue?
Can't be blue and blue. Because if I'm shooting you, nothing about that is friendly. I'm shooting to kill.
Yeah.
It's simple.
It's simple.
When I fire my gun, whatever is downrange, I'm killing that.
If it moves,
For
it's
me,
an enemy.
It has happened more than once. I
Right,
remember I was fighting
right.
my Apache. We're flying. We're coming in. I believe this is in Iraq.
Yeah.
And we start laying down fire. Bah, 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 bah. And the bullet, they take a second, they fly. Bah, bah, bah. We
Yeah,
see them hit.
yeah.
We see bodies blow up. And then we got a radio call. Green on green. They're yelling, green on green.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Abort, abort. And we're like, we have already begun this fire mission.
We're
You think
finishing
we're
it.
going back
We're finishing it.
with a half-finished mission? I've never half-finished anything. If I do it full out.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
probably killed another 30 or 40 Marines that night.
That night, luckily it was Marines, but it's I don't
Yeah.
know. Like, what do you want me to do? Like, I believe I was in an A10 one time. Saw a couple of dudes. I saw they probably had something that looked like a gun. Nobody's telling me they're friendlies. There's not a blue dot like in the video games. Like, that's a friendly right there. I saw something moving. It didn't look like it had my uniform. I think it was in Afghanistan. Blew these guys to the sky. Apparently some A&A guys or whatever.
Fuck them.
Fuck them.
Fuck them.
I listen. And then they say, stop, blue on blue. And I'm like, I'm already firing. I'm taking out the whole FOB. Like, I'm killing everyone already.
No,
Like,
you're dying.
You're dying. You're dying. Like,
I'm sorry. I got going, and I'm not stopping. It's simple.
Listen,
it's simple.
But they gave us, 20 Purple Hearts for not for no
something.
reason. Like, we're drenched in medals for a reason. We know
Yeah.
what we're doing. Not these guys who are going in, clearing buildings in fucking Fallujah or whatever.
Illusion.
What?
Not even a real place, probably.
Not even a real place. And first of all, why are you clearing buildings, man? Throw a Tomahawk missile on it.
We had so many. We have so many Tomahawk missiles.
Did we run out of missiles all of a sudden? we're sending in Marines to clear these buildings out. They're dropping like flies because we're making them do stupid stuff in these buildings, clearing corners and hallways that are just a death, basically.
You're telling me we could drop 2 nuclear bombs,
Right,
but we're running out of Tomahawks.
right.
No, we don't have enough. We don't have enough. We don't need to do shit.
What? Well, we have over 10,000 nukes and we can't drop a couple of missiles, a couple of Tomahawk missiles on some buildings?
We can't
spare one missile. One missile.
I think we can't spare it.
We can't spare it. Because allegedly, what about civilian casualties?
No such thing. Fuck them.
What?
Why are they there?
Why are you in a war zone?
There?
Why are you in a war zone? What do you mean
They
civilian?
call it a war zone. Are you in the civilian zone? Oh, my bad. I thought we were in this. I thought we were in a war zone.
I didn't know I was sent to. I didn't know they sent me to war, and they must have accidentally sent me to the civilian zone.
Sorry.
I
This
apologize.
is peacetime. My bad.
I apologize.
This was war time.
I thought this was a wartime, exactly.
I thought this might maybe it never happened, but I thought they flew 2 planes into our towers. That's what I thought happened. Maybe I'm mistaken.
Maybe I'm mistaken.
Maybe it did not happen.
Maybe it didn't happen. Maybe it didn't
you're
happen.
a civilian. Maybe you're a civilian. I don't know.
Did a plane fly into the Pentagon or did it not? What happened?
I don't. Apparently not. Apparently not. That's what they're telling us.
According to these guys, apparently not.
Apparently not. According to
Of
these
course
people.
not our
But
patriotic viewers. Not our patriotic viewers.
Shout out especially to
Killcount classified viewers. We love y'all. We love you all.
all of you. All of you. Great patriots.
Some of you.
We've gotten some comments.
We've gotten some comments,
which we might address them in the future.
We might.
And some call-ins. We've got some call-ins as well.
We will do viewer call-ins as well.
Yeah.
Later on, you will see these videos pop up.
Yeah, we will start.
Remember to comment, call in, send video messages, whatever you want to do. We will answer them in the next episodes.
Yeah,
Always, we drop once a week. Every week.
We drop, and we will answer all your comments as good as we can.
But yeah, man, blue on blue. I don't know what that is.
No,
when I start firing, it's I don't stop until it's done. You know?
Yeah.
What's another misconception you think?
Let's keep going. We have a good misconception here. Boot camp turns you into Rambo overnight.
No, I'm going to give you the hard truth and say no, but you might look at a guy like Jason Steele and Kyle Stryker and think, well, how can I not be true when you're looking at these guys?
When you're looking at us, you think, okay, maybe
that's not the case. The guys dangling around with 4 or 5 Medal of Honors and 30, 50 Purple Hearts and Bronze Stars and all this. Well, what's going on here? The truth is that me and Jason, we're built different. We're built in a way where we already knew what we were doing when we went into boot camp. We already done 2-3 tours.
We've been around by then.
Yeah. Like what I joined, I did buds at like 10, 9, 8, 7, 6 years old, something like that. Maybe 5.
I enrolled when I was same age.
I don't know. Like I was born with a fucking M16 in my hand. Like it actually hurt a lot for my
Different story
for another time.
I remember when I was born, the first thing I got before even I got a birth certificate was a Green Beret. That's the first thing they knew, because we're not even 1 in a million. We're 1 in maybe 8.56 billion.
Something like that. Yeah. Something like that. I mean, as far as I know, there's only 2 of us. I don't think anyone's done what we've done on this planet.
Some people say, "Oh, we made you." Well, make another one.
Make another one then.
Go ahead.
Or are we like some lab-made thing? Well, make another one then. We're just naturally gifted.
Some people have it.
Some people have it.
Some people have it.
Jason was born, Green Beret on his head immediately. They knew.
So for me, I did kind of turn into Rambo overnight. Actually, it's more like Rambo turned into me overnight, because the movies are actually partly based on some of my true events that occurred to me when I was in Fort Lejeune.
You're right.
Some it's inspired by me and some of my life. The same thing with the movie Predator. Not about the predators, but actually
the movie Predator, based on our actions, I believe.
Based on our actions.
Aliens exist. Let me just put that out there. I know I shouldn't be saying it ever since I served, I think 5 years in Area 51 or something. We were killing aliens left and right. We
kill a lot of them.
And this predator creature, I don't know, some guy from Area 51 went to the director or something, told him about what we did, I guess, when we were hunting this alien down here. This alien, let me be honest, it killed a lot of our guys. Not me and him. Not me and Jason.
No, we're fine.
We're fine now.
Didn't even really notice. Didn't even really notice it. If I'm being completely honest, keep going.
Yeah, no, but we killed that alien and we mowed it down. And then they made a movie about it. They actually came to us and said, "You guys want to be named? I know, we're basing the story on you guys." We said, "Keep the credit. Keep the credit."
We're trying to. We don't want that.
We're staying behind closed doors here.
We don't want that. We don't want that.
Exactly. I mean, that's why you will find none of our Medal of Honors anywhere on the website or anything, because it was all behind closed doors, because we didn't want
everything behind closed doors.
It's about the honor. It's about staying humble. We didn't want it to be out in public or whatever. We don't. It's not about. We're not about that life. We're about the humble life. I
have a Lamborghini, among other cars. I actually have a Audi.
One of those Audis, the European stuff.
Yeah, some of the European stuff. Some Mercedes. I have a Ferrari and a Bugatti. I have a lot of things. I'm trying to say I've made a lot of money.
Yeah.
I have a big house, big.
It's like a mansion, right? $25 million mansion.
Call it a mansion, a castle, whatever. I have a beautiful wife.
Latina.
Stunning Latina. Stunning. Real. She's stunning.
Yeah.
And I have a lot of medals. I have a lot of awards. My body is amazing. I have a good-looking body. I train, I work out.
That's how humble we are.
But that's not why I did it.
That's not why
you know
did
why
it.
I did it?
Why did you do it, Jason?
Right here.
It's the American flag.
right here. That's why I did it.
It's the American flag.
You think I did this for my Latino wife? No, fuck them. Fuck the Mexicans. We build the wall. I don't care.
Just build a fucking wall, man. Just do it. I mean, I think they already did it, to be honest.
I did not do it for that. I did it for this here.
For that right there, the American flag. The star.
I did it for every single one of those 50 stars.
There is 50. Yeah, there's 50 on there.
So. Yeah, there's 50. I know.
Back in our day, it was like 12, I think.
Yeah, when we started, it was 13. 13 when right? When I joined up, we were 13.
13 states, and I mean, hey,
that's why I did it.
I know they're teaching you guys, the youngins, the new generation, that the British were kicked out, a bunch of Americans banded up, and they kicked out the British out of the United States. Let me tell you right now, it was me and Jason. Let me tell you right now, we rode on horses. We actually had automatic rifles back in when was that? 1787 or something.
Yeah.
I don't know when we liberated this country. It was
1776.
76, right?
I remember this.
Yeah, we built the first M16 back in the day. That's when we built it in a little cave in Colorado or something.
Have you seen Iron Man when he's in the cave? That's
hammering with metal plates.
Based on our memoirs about the Colorado
cave.
M16 cave, M16 building.
And that's what inspired Iron Man and a lot of Marvel. Yeah. Like, we actually met Stan Lee in World War II when we served in... Was it...
Served Stan Lee.
Where were we when we met him? We were in... somewhere in France, maybe.
I served with him twice. Once in France and one when we were storming islands. Island hopping.
Iwo Jima, right? Yeah.
Iwo Jima, I remember it.
That was
Iwo
brutal.
No, Iwo Jima, probably of all battles I've been in, Iwo Jima is probably top at least 100.
Top 100, yeah.
I swear, it was bad. It was rough.
It was.
But it's because when we dropped in Iwo Jima, we did not have weapons yet. They were going to drop the weapons a bit later, but the supply ship with the weapons was sunk by a German sub. And so we were just out there. I don't know how many we were, maybe 1,000 Marines.
Yeah.
And we had 6 knives between us.
6 knives.
And 2 of those knives were butter knives. So we were doing pretty bad on the knife front and gun front. But I managed to survive pretty long. We were fighting combat, fist to fist. And then I got some Japanese officer's sword.
Right, katana or something they call them. I don't know what
katana, something like that.
Katana.
And I remember when the supply ships came, they said, "Here, take the guns. We have guns for everybody." And I said, "No, keep that.
Keep it."
Because I've learned something different, and that's an art form, and that's the art of the katana.
Art of the katana, 100%.
That's the art of the katana.
It allegedly cuts through anything, right? This Japanese technology, but. It's nothing compared to the American technology like we made in that cave in Colorado back in 1776. I mean, I don't know, like, I'm kind of humbled that Stan Lee actually based the Iron Man story on us like that. Just that particular scene, like,
beautiful.
It was beautifully made. I think it was done right. When we came out of that cave, I think it was 1,000 British soldiers waiting for us with muskets.
About 1,000.
And we were just coming out. We came out with drum magazines. They're just blasting these British people away. And that's why they left the United States, because they know they couldn't handle us.
Yeah. They said, this is too much. We can deal with the other guys.
We can deal
with David Goggins. We can deal with O'Neill, but we cannot deal with Jason Steele and Kyle Stryker.
They couldn't deal with us.
They left.
They couldn't deal with us. And that's why when we went through our basic, they made us drill sergeant basically the second day or something. And it's not because we couldn't be a drill sergeant the first day. It's because the drill sergeants met us on the second day.
Yeah.
So they just immediately met, we flew through basic. I mean, I think it took like 3 days basic for us. 3-4 days, I think. I mean, we ended up training the recruits that we came with. We were the ones training them.
We trained most of them. The people who taught me are people who I taught. You understand what I mean?
Damn right.
So it kind of goes in a circle. I think we should move on to the next one.
The next.
Here's a great one. Veterans are always heavily damaged emotionally or physically.
We're made of steel, man. We're made of...
My name is literally Jason Steele.
His name is Jason
It's
Steele.
Steele. My name is Steele. It's not spelled like steel, but it's, it means the same thing probably. And I'm going to say it.
Yeah.
If you have PTSD, you're a pussy. I'm going to come out and say it.
First of all, I didn't even know what PTSD was until ChatGPT told me. The Chinese device, ChatGPT, whatever that is. And apparently some stress thing related to combat. Like, are you not going to be stressed in combat?
Exactly.
Are you going to be feeling all dandy in combat? Of course not. But yeah, no, we don't, we veterans, man, we just punch through everything. And we're made of steel, man. But, if you are actually a veteran that does need help, please do call someone.
Contact someone. No, for real though, contact someone.
And if you know a veteran out there that needs help, please help them out.
Do not. No.
Yeah. What's the next military misconception? What is our
the next one?
Say
let's
here?
go on to the next one. The military is entirely disciplined and rigid. This is true. This is true.
It's absolutely
they
true.
Actually,
except if you're in the Navy, obviously.
Like that is a different story. But I remember in the Army Rangers Special Forces Green Berets, everything down to every last second, it is rigid, it is disciplined. Even when you piss or shit, you're doing it on orders. And we're even talking about how long you can piss and shit. I remember once I'd been holding it in, I needed to piss. I'd been holding it in for probably 2 or 3 days. And I just go, Sergeant, I need to piss right now. And he goes, go ahead, piss, soldier. And I whip my dick out and start pissing. And I was pissing for probably 3 seconds. And he goes, that's enough, cut it off. Bam.
Just like that.
No more pissing. That's how it works.
That is how it works. That is how it works.
Every morning, we get up before showers. We got our piss moments. We have 8 seconds to piss. If you're not done by 8 seconds, a bad day. You're going to have a bad day.
Piss yourself.
Sometimes we do piss ourselves.
We do piss ourselves.
But mostly in emergency because you get warm. You get warm.
You need, when you're in that winter scenario, you need to get warm sometimes. You piss yourself a little bit. It's very warm and it feels very nice. Sometimes I just piss myself when I'm at home.
Sometimes I do.
Chilling at home, probably brought some girl over and she freaks out. She's like, "Why are you pissing yourself?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's cold in here. It's
freezing.
It's like 15 degrees in here. Like, what are you?"
Some people tell me, but after a while it's gonna get cold. Piss.
You just piss again.
First off, don't empty your bladder. That's a resource. Your piss bladder is a resource.
That is
you have to empty a little bit at the time. By doing so, you can stretch one warm piss moment till maybe 10, 20 over the course of an hour.
Over the course of an hour.
And by the time you've emptied your bladder, now you're full again because you've been drinking.
So you can just
This
permanently...
is really, you can keep it up.
So this is a real Navy SEAL tip right there. You don't want to piss out your entire bladder immediately.
No.
Do it in little small batches.
You want Special Forces advice?
Yeah.
This is right here for our viewers. True Special Forces advice. Go ahead and piss yourself. Just go ahead and piss yourself.
Piss yourself.
It makes you warm.
Yeah.
It makes you warm.
That's our advice to you, viewers.
Next misconception. War is profitable for the soldiers.
That's a very tough question.
That's a good.
Obviously, for me and Jason here, we made a lot of money. We made a lot of money.
And a beautiful Latino. I have a beautiful Latino.
He has a beautiful
big house as well.
Big Latina, big house. Big Latina, big house.
Big Latina, big house.
We're humble like that.
Yeah.
And if you're a normal soldier, you're not going to be earning jack shit.
No,
because you're not worth jack shit. You're just a meat grinder, people. You're meat grinder.
Fuck you. Fuck you, really. Fuck you.
Respectfully, though.
Respectfully. Fuck you. Yeah.
And, we're the special guys. The Special Forces, the Navy SEALs, the Green Berets. They send us in, boom, like 1,000 soldiers, they're gone. We're 3 guys on a team, something like that.
Gone.
We wipe them out, and they pay us accordingly. They
accordingly.
They do, as they should.
As they should. If I'm doing the work of a whole branch, if I'm doing as much as all of the Air Force or all of the Navy, then of course they would pay me accordingly.
Exactly.
So I get a big bag. I get a big bag.
Get a big bag.
I do.
If you're jealous, then you're probably in the Navy. If you're jealous,
Yeah.
the Navy guys get jealous
All the time.
all the time. I don't know what it is with these Navy. Is it the water? Is it the height? The boat is pretty high up. Maybe it's like the altitude thing.
Altitude thing, yeah.
But maybe it would be but then the Air Force would be pretty
Yeah, I
effed
don't know
up
how it
too. Like
works.
I don't know, like
But also, if you are a regular Groot, a regular grunt, and you need more money, you're not making enough. You can just take stuff from the people you kill. It's pretty simple.
plunder, not a war crime.
We used to do it. It's not a war crime.
Allegedly.
We used to do it in Afghanistan. If we needed like a bit of money or food or something, we just go into a house and take stuff.
Allegedly.
Because we have guns. What are they gonna stop us? I think I don't know if this is completely. It works though. Nobody told us to stop, so I kept it up.
Yeah, nobody told us to
We have
stop.
a lot of
we
cool
we
things.
did we plundered a lot, allegedly speaking, and
Yeah, not
allegedly.
officially.
Not official. It's behind closed doors.
And most of it is behind closed doors. But yeah, you can just take whatever you want.
You could. I mean, they say finders keepers. They
Yeah.
didn't make that saying for no reason.
No, they
Just
made it
plunder.
for real.
Just plunder.
For stuff like this. You can plunder. You can do pretty much whatever you want.
We
Because
did
it's a
do
war.
pretty much.
It's-
It's a war zone.
And
Come on.
we can do whatever we want because we're special
We're
like
just
that.
special like that. We're the special forces, man. We're
Yeah.
the Navy SEALs. We're the Green Berets. It's what are they gonna do? What are they gonna say?
I'm gonna do whatever I want.
We're gonna do whatever we want. That's right.
Right.
What's another topic we want to get into, man? What's been on your mind as of late,
On
so
my
to
mind.
speak? Like anything?
A lot of big things have happened recently.
Big
A lot of big things.
Big things.
Among
Go
other
ahead.
things.
Go ahead, Jason. Go ahead. What's these humongous things in your brain that's been manifesting?
One of the things I've been thinking about lately is the state of the military. We just introduced a new branch,
Yeah, go ahead.
the
Tell us.
Space Force.
The Space Force.
The Space Force.
Listen, I loved watching Battlestar Galactica, but
Yeah, I love that.
I didn't think we were gonna do it for real.
No.
Like, what's going on here? I mean, it's
No.
allegedly we are. I mean, don't we already got a bunch of satellites up in the sky? Well, what do we need a whole branch for
What are you
s-
doing?
to send satellites? What? Allegedly, apparently, they're just a mini branch off the Air Force. They're not even an actual military branch. They're just a
Weak
part of the Air Force.
pussies.
It really is disappointing what these guys are doing. I feel like this is what happens when we're not in war, like actual active war. We just start doing random shit, creating branches. We're creating a space force.
What's that all about?
What is that all? We've been there, allegedly. We've
Yeah.
been in space.
I've been in space personally.
You've been okay. Wow, that's
I was back in, I believe, '08. I went up with the space shuttle and came back down. Did not like it. I did not like space. Not much happening in space. They told me you cannot leave the capsule. And I said, first off, if I wanted to leave, no, I don't want to leave
Yeah,
now,
yeah.
but if I wanted to, I would. Because I can do pretty much whatever I want, whenever I want to.
exactly.
The only
man.
person
Yeah.
that can tell me what to do is the president and another guy, but I won't.
We're not gonna
we're
name
not
that
gonna
guy.
mention
We're
that
not
guy.
gonna name that guy.
But you know him. You know him. You probably don't like him.
If
but
you know,
him.
you know. If you
Yeah,
know,
if you know, you
That's
know.
kind of the situation we're in.
It's more of a family.
He knows us.
It's
He
more of a
has-
family.
He has information on us. Anyway, I don't know. I feel like the space thing, they just keep sending people up there for no reason. You guys see that Katy Perry went to space?
Yeah.
The singer, Katy Perry,
Singer Katy Perry.
the guy, the woman. I don't know what they want to call themselves these days. Went to space.
Should we put on some Katy Perry music?
We could probably not do that. We're probably getting copyright
Yeah,
struck
no, I don't
by
like Katy
the
Perry
fake
anyways.
news
No, I
media.
don't like Katy Perry.
We don't like them. We don't like them. But I mean, that shit was probably fake.
I
don't believe they went to space.
I don't
There's
believe
no way.
Because
The amount of resources.
yeah, and women can. And I don't know. Can they do that?
Can they navigate a space shuttle? I don't know.
I know.
I haven't-
women are
personally, I haven't
capable of a
seen it.
Space shuttle.
Last time I see a woman guide a space shuttle, there was like that disaster, right? What was it
Yeah.
called? That blew up in the
Yeah, it
air.
must be Columbine.
That was another incident.
Yeah, another incident.
That was pretty
Bad.
bad. That was bad. I was more talking about a space shuttle blowing up in the air. I don't know how you.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
The
I'm talking about.
the NASA one.
Yeah, Columbine.
No, they don't know that. They don't know their. No, we don't. I'm talking about
Columbo.
the NASA.
Something something.
We're mixing up incidents here. The shuttle that blew up in the air and killed all those astronauts.
Yeah, no, I remember that.
I was in there. I survived, obviously. They said, I don't want to out this person, but it was a woman guiding that space shuttle.
It was.
I don't want to necessarily blame her.
No.
No, we don't want to blame her for blowing that shuttle up.
No.
But if, per se, I maybe, flew it, I don't know. I don't know what would have happened, but
Let's actually quickly move to another topic.
let's stop talking about that one. We might get in trouble. What else you got, Jason Steele?
I just want to speak a bit off the cuff, if that's fine.
That's fine with me, Jason. Go ahead.
It's trying times. It's trying times.
Indeed it is.
And I just want to thank, not just our viewers, but all American patriots out there.
Absolutely. Without
All
a doubt.
American patriots. Because I remember when the planes hit the buildings.
It was chaos.
I remember that's when I said, I'm joining up for the 8th time.
8th time. We already done a couple of
Yeah,
tours.
we had been around, but I was like, now I'm gonna join up again.
Desert Storm or something, right? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't remember the name. I actually spoke with the guy who came up with it.
Yeah.
He wanted to name it, I believe Operation Go to War or something stupid, and I was like, no, we need something cooler.
That's a bit obvious.
I was like, we need something that's more code, and he goes Operation Depose Saddam, and I was like, okay, now that's a bit too on the nose.
That's a bit too on the nose. That's
We
like
need something bit cooler. And I said, what about Operation Desert Storm? And
Damn
he was
right.
like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I write your name on it. And I said, no.
Don't give us the credit.
No, I don't want credit.
we don't want credit.
That's
we're
something
humble.
that keeps
We're humble.
reoccurring. Whenever
reoccurring.
people ask me for my stories, I tell them a story, and they're like, oh, let's make a movie out of this. Let's cast Arnold Schwarzenegger as the main character.
Yeah, Rambo
and
movies.
I'm gonna put your name on it. I'm like, don't do that.
Don't put the name.
Don't
Give the
that.
credit to some other guy. Give the credit to the actors.
Give it
we
to
don't.
the actors.
We don't want it.
Give it to
Say you made
give
it
it to
up.
someone else.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a really cool boxing story you told me. I'm gonna make it into a movie. I'm gonna call it Rocky. And I said to him, you can call it Rocky. He was like, I'm gonna call it, Jason. And I was like, no. Call it something. Yeah, call it Rocky.
Absolutely.
Happened many times.
Yeah.
They tried the Fast and Furious. Originally, Jason Steele Drives or something like that.
Yeah.
But I said, no, I don't want my name on it. I want to stay humble. I want people to know me as a humble guy, not know me for my beautiful, beautiful Latina wife
And big mansion.
and big mansion
And a
or my
couple of
cars
Lamborghini.
or the money I have on my bank account, the millions upon millions, I have on my bank account.
Millions.
I want them to know me for,
Billions.
I don't even know. I don't
Allegedly.
count.
Allegedly. IRS. Don't want.
I don't want them to know me for that. And again, my beautiful Latina wife.
Latina wife. Did we mention her? Latina wife. He has a beautiful Latina wife.
And she's right now home in my very affluent neighborhood in my big mansion. But that's not what I want people to know me for.
Exactly.
When I come driving down the street in my Lamborghini, I don't want them to look at me and go, that's a rich, wealthy man with a beautiful Latina wife. I want them to
humble
think that's
man.
a patriot.
Patriot and a humble man.
That's a humble patriot. That's what I want them to know.
And that's what we are.
I don't even tell people I'm in the Green Berets, Special Forces Army
Yeah.
Rangers. I tell them I served, maybe.
I
And
see.
they tell me, thank you for your service. And of course they know who I am. They know what I've done.
Yeah.
So they start, you're a hero. I would never call myself a hero.
Never.
People
Never
do
done it.
call me
People-
hero.
they
People call me.
they do.
They say I did heroic things.
Yeah.
Especially to earn my many 7 medals of honor.
Yeah. 7 medals of honor.
When
yeah.
I fought in Fallujah, and I single-handedly saved a lot of people. They
have sent a
call
missile.
me a hero,
They call you a hero.
but
We don't want to
the
be.
heroes are the ones that never came back.
I want to round off by saying, when we go to Chili's or Denny's or McDonald's, we don't take no veterans discount.
No,
we pay the full bill. That's how humble we are.
I pay the full bill.
Sometimes, if I want to tip the waiter, I just hand them one of my medals. Hey, have my Purple Heart.
I have a lot.
Take my 50th Purple Heart. Have it.
Yeah.
My name's Kyle Strike. I don't need to say what my name is. They know who I am already. I'm just that.
Kyle.
They just know.
They know.
Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that podcast. This podcast. This has been Killcount Classified.
Yeah.
And remember to drop a like, subscribe, and comment, and we will read your comments.
We will read your comments
In the next coming episodes.
If you have any questions you want to ask about Special Forces, long-time Special Forces, any questions and advice you want, we can give you some. Just ask questions and we'll respond.
Because we are very real veterans of war. We've seen it all. Thank you and goodbye.